Forgiveness is an important expression of generosity, of giving. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to be naive. It doesn't mean that forgiveness is as easy as the forgiveness researchers suggest. That's the thing I would say. You know, I think to some degree forgiveness became a little bit of a cottage industry in the late 90s. And folks came out with all kinds of quick self-help books on how to be forgiving. Here are the 4 stages, yada, yada, yada. But the reality is that when you've really been harmed by someone, when the hurt is deep and profound, these too easy approaches don't do much. So what I argue, and I believe have shown, is that the best way to really get through those deeper hurts, you know, is first of all to concentrate on contributing to the lives of others, because that gets the mind off the self and the problems of the self. You find a gratification in benefiting the people around you, so it's very, very good. The other thing is let time work its magic, because the longer you get away from that point, that epicenter of deep hurt once upon a time, a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you know, you have a better chance of reinterpreting it and asking yourself, well, maybe I could have handled this a little differently. Maybe I shouldn't be demonizing that individual. Maybe it was something that I could have said a little better, or looked at a little differently, or interpreted differently. So I think that's it. I think the key to forgiveness is giving it time and making sure that you're enough focused on helping others that you just don't get so wrapped up in yourself that you're caught up in destructive emotions, because everybody knows that hostile emotions, anger, bitterness, rumination, are very, very bad for your health, especially for your heart and your vasculature system. In fact, there was a cardiologist at Duke who looked back at people who took the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory in 1950. This thing, the MMPI, it's a kind of a personality questionnaire with about 350 questions. The high quartile hostiles, he picked out 27 questions that really denoted high hostility: quickly angered, hot-tempered, prone to violence, unforgiving, and so forth. If you were a high hostile, you had a 20% mortality rate by age 50. He took 25-year-olds in 1950, and then, this is all retrospective, looks at them in 1975 when they're 50. 1 out of 5 are dead, mainly of heart disease. A lot of cortisol coming out, enlarged adrenals, fatty acids in the vasculature system. Very serious problem. Now, the low quartile hostiles had a 2% mortality rate, which gives a little added meaning to the statement, go with the flow. But basically, I think, yeah, when you move out of that space of dark, destructive emotion into helping others, where, you know, as they say in psychology, you know, your emotions follow your actions. So you don't necessarily have to go to the mountains in Colorado and meditate on compassion. If you just do small acts of generosity in an active way, your emotions tend to follow you. That's called the James Lang theory of emotions. It's why people say, even if you're not happy in the morning, smile.